Hi, I'm Jonathan Payton. I'm a PhD student in the philosophy department at the University of Toronto. My research focuses on the metaphysics of agency. Metaphysics is that part of philosophy that concerns itself with what sorts of things there are, what the world is like. Whatever else they might disagree about, metaphysicians of agency typically agree that actions are events. When I turn on the light, there's an event in which my arm moves up and exerts a force on the switch. But what about the so-called negative actions? Actions like omitting to do something, or refraining from doing it. When I omit to make enough coffee for my brother, we seem to understand my behavior not in terms of what I did, but in terms of what I didn't do. But if doing something is a matter of the occurrence of an event, then it seems like not doing something is a matter of the absence of an event. The fact that I omitted to make coffee for my brother is simply the fact that there was no event of me making coffee for him. So it looks like there are no such events as omissions or refrainments. This poses a serious problem for the metaphysics of agency. It seems like I can exercise my agency just as much by omitting to do something as I can by doing it. I might weigh the reasons for and against making enough coffee for my brother and form the intention not to do so. And it looks like I can consciously follow through on this intention by deliberately making just enough coffee for me to have some, but not enough for him. So intentional omissions and refrainments seem to be exactly the sorts of thing that philosophers of action should be interested in. And if there are no such events as omissions and refrainments, then the standard metaphysical accounts of action and agency must be wrong. There are also serious practical implications to this puzzle. We typically hold people accountable for their actions, for the ways in which they exercise their agency. My brother can't praise or blame me for being slightly shorter than he is, because my height isn't a function of my agency. But he can perfectly well blame me for omitting to make enough coffee for him. But if I don't exercise my agency in performing that omission, any more than I do in being slightly shorter than my brother, how can I be held morally accountable for it? The goal of my research is to show that there are such events as omissions and refrainments. Despite initial appearances, omitting to make enough coffee for my brother isn't simply a matter of the absence of an event, it's a matter of the presence of one. The goal of my research is to make omissions and refrainments safe both for our everyday practices and for our metaphysical accounts of agency.